Rest and creativity. The more creative you are, the more blissful you will be, the more meditative you will. Creativity and meditativeness and bliss go together. Creativity is the essence of meditativeness, and bliss is the outcome. And when you are blissful, you can rest. Christian parable says that God created the world in 6 days, and on the seventh day, Sunday, he rested. That rest was beautiful. It was out of creation, out of satiation that he has created something. He was feeling fulfilled. He had created the whole world, and on the sixth day, he looked and he said, "Good, very good," and he rested. He was happy like a child who has made something and looks from every side and says, "I have done it." He rested on the seventh day. That rest was the day of fulfillment. But in our case, rest is not the day of fulfillment. Rest is the day of unfulfillment. We don't feel happy, we feel burdened, we never enjoy the work we do. The more you enjoy your work that you do, whatsoever it is, how significant or insignificant it is, whether you are cutting the grass on the lawn, whether you are driving, whether you are cooking, whatsoever you are doing, let enjoyment be the criteria. You love what you do, you enjoy it, and out of that will emerge meditativeness. You will feel a satiation and fulfillment, and with that, when you go to rest, rest will be total. This parable has much significance. It says that you can have a rest day only after creation, a fulfilled creation. If you do not create anything, your life will be restless. You will not be able to have a holiday. Create something, only then you can rest. Rest is the byproduct. You cannot directly rest. First, you have to be so creative. You have to feel so good about yourself, so happy with yourself, so worthy that you can allow the rest for yourself, that you can allow a day for fun. Imagine when you create something beautiful, whatsoever small or big it may be, you feel very happy. And in that process, a rest of fulfillment comes. Ordinarily, people cannot allow a day of rest for themselves because they feel so condemnatory every moment. They feel condemnatory about themselves. They feel so unworthy because they have not done anything worthwhile. They have not experienced any fulfillment. Nothing has happened. And you remember when I say fulfillment, fulfillment is the outcome of blossoming. When your being blossoms, and creativity is the way to allow the blossoming to happen. They have not blossomed, hence continuous occupation, continuous activity is needed. Many people go on working and one day they die because their work is not creative. When is the work creative? The work is creative when you love it. The work is creative when you feel in tune with it. The work is creative when you enjoy it. The work is creative when you choose it and it fits with your being, and great harmony arises between you and your work. Once that happens, whatsoever you do is creative, and when after each creative moment you can relax, that relaxation is earned. Yes, God earned relaxation for the seventh day. For 6 days he worked hard. He created the whole world. On the seventh day he had earned relaxation. he was worthy of it. That is the meaning of the parable. If you are creative, only then you can have holidays, not otherwise. If you want to have holidays, become more and more creative. I am not saying be creative in the eyes of the others. That is irrelevant. Just be creative in your own eyes. Whatsoever you do, once that happens, whatsoever you do is creative. And when after each creative moment you can relax, that relaxation is earned. Yes, God earned relaxation for the seventh day. For 6 days he worked hard. He created the whole world. On the seventh day he had earned relaxation. He was worthy of it. That is the meaning of the parable. If you are creative, only then you can have holidays, not otherwise. If you want to have holidays, become more and more creative. I am not saying be creative in the eyes of the others. Definitely I am not saying be creative in the eyes of the others. Creativity means you are creative in your own eyes. And being creative in the eyes of the others or expecting kudos, that is irrelevant. Just be creative in your own eyes, whatsoever you do. If you love it, then do it. Otherwise, do not do it. Choose some other way. Life is vast, says Jesus. There are many mansions in my God's house. There are many dimensions in life. There is enough opportunity to choose from. You need not choose any particular thing and try to force creativity on it. Creativity is the inborn quality. It is the expression of your inner joy. If you are not feeling fulfilled in something that you are doing, then there is no need to continue it, because this will be a sheer wastage and you will not have earned holiday. A man who has lived according to his being, who has done his own things, earns death. Then he dies, but the death is a Sunday. Then he dies, but he dies fulfilled and totally aware. He has no complaints. He lived the way he wanted to live. If I am going to die and God asks, if I send you back, how would you like to live? I will say the same. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I would like to live the same way. Just think about you. If you die and God asks you, if you are sent back to the world, what changes would you like to make in your life? Will you be able to say that you would like to live the same way? Absolutely the same way? No, certainly you will not say that. You will say, but if that changes or that and so. If not, then you are doing something wrong with your life. Then you are dragging your life and then you are not living it. Then you are simply wasting your energies. Simply wasting your energies. Just think about you. If you die and God asks you, if you are sent back to the world, what changes would you like to make in your life? Certainly you will have a long list. You want to change this, you want to change that, you want to change the political system, you want to change the way people do this and that. Would you be able to say that you would like to live the same way? Absolutely the same way? If not, then you are doing something wrong with your life. Then you are dragging your life and then you are not living it. Then you are simply wasting your energies. They are simply dissipated. They will not become an integral force, and there is not going to be any fulfillment, any satiation. There will not be any blossom. Your tree is going to remain without any fruits and flowers. Then how can you be happy And how can you enjoy? Remember happiness, and happiness is the outcome of blossoming. When the fruits and the flowers blossom on the tree rejoices. It is relaxed. Time as holy opportunity is the meaning of holiday. A holy day, a day which is not profane, a day which is not ordinary, and once you know how to be creative, each moment becomes holy. And that is the real essence of the word holy day, the day which is holy. Whenever you create something, you participate with the Creator, you have become a small creator in your own way. You are coming closer to God, the Creator. If you write a small poem or you sing a song, maybe nobody likes it, nobody applauds it, but that is irrelevant. You enjoy every moment of it. Singing, you were happy, you participated in that moment with God, you helped Him to create a song, and you become instrumental. In fact, whatsoever is created by Him. You allowed Him to create a small song through you. You allowed Him to create a small dish out of you, a recipe, a song, a musical composition. Then you feel tremendously blissful, good about yourself. Indeed, that is one of the basic qualities of a religious man. He always feels good about himself. He is not in any way guilty. Guilt does not exist in him because he lived life as he wanted to live it. He loved his life the way it happened, and it was the only life he wanted to live. Then there is no guilt. You do not want to change anything. And if million times you are asked the question if you would like to change anything, no. The world is beautiful as it is, and I am happy that I am part of it. I do not need to change anything. The way things are going, it is good. Remember, a guilty person cannot be religious. And this is the fallacy. All the so-called man-made religions to create a feeling of guilt in you, and then they try to impose religiousness in you, that you are guilty, that is why you have to be religious. A guilty person cannot be religious. A guilty person is ill and neurotic, therefore he needs psychiatric help. A religious person feels tremendously good about himself. Whatsoever he is doing something intrinsically valuable. This should be insisted upon as much as possible. Worth in life arises only when you do something intrinsically valuable. One is intrinsic value. You sing a song, it has an intrinsic value. It is the means and it is the end also. Or you sing a song in the marketplace to earn a little money. That money is not intrinsic to the song. That money is an outside value. And if you are singing your song only for the money, the activity is no longer holy, it is profane. If you are singing your song for the happiness that it brings to you, and maybe as a byproduct it brings money also, that is irrelevant. If it brings, it is good. If it does not bring, that too is good. But your activity has an inner glow to it. It is intrinsic. It is intrinsically valuable in itself. If you are happy that you can sing, you are happy that you had an opportunity to sing, then every day will become meditative and holy. It will be a holy day. Whether you call it a holy day or holiday, it's your choice, but I call it holy day. If you are doing the meditations correctly, this is going to happen to everyone. This is my whole effort here, to help you to enjoy each moment as it comes and enjoy each activity as you do without any grumble, without any thought of not doing it properly. Enjoy every moment as it comes to you. Life will become a blessing.